Hello, hello again, or perhaps hello for the first time, Anon. I hope that the internet is treating you well today. My name is Leon, and welcome to episode 3 of Let's Play Morrowind. So, last episode we did a few quests in Serani. The first episode we just simply made our character, and today we're going to go get the fabled free alchemy set, and then we're going to go meet our good friend Caius. So we made quite a bit of gold. We have an okay amount to start with. We have about 910 gold, and that should get us more than far enough to where we can start making some real money so that we just don't have to worry about gold anymore. I'm going to try not to gain any levels so that I can get maximum gold from Caius as well. We're just going to take a quick pit
Where
stop
would you like to go?
over in Caldera. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Silt Strider to Balmora. It's going to cost about 14 gold. That's no big deal, no big
We
deal.
make a special
Not
trip
so
just for
bad.
you. Say
And
no.
we're going to head straight to the Mages Guild. So here we are, first time in Balmora. This always feels good. I love it here. This is such a great, like, I know Saint Anina is technically like the starting town, but there's really something that feels so special about Balmora. It's like the first place that you go to that can be a little overwhelming if it's indeed your first time. So what we're going to do is we're immediately just going to
Go ahead,
join
Outlander. What do you
the
need?
Mages Guild. Um, so now that we've joined the Mages Guild, not only will we be on better terms with everyone here, but also I believe the Mages Guild transport will cost a little bit less money. And this should have no bearing on our
Probably.
gameplay
Do you want
whatsoever. It
something?
should
I'm
just get
listening,
us
please.
cheaper
Go ahead.
transport. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Mussolini Marion, the Mages Guild transport for Balmora, and well, it's still kind of expensive. We're going to go to Caldera.
Greetings.
Once in Caldera, we're going to go down the stairs and into this
I'm
reinforced wooden
listening.
door.
Please.
And we're going to pick up a
Go
few
ahead.
things in here. Shut the door so that nobody sees us. We're going to head up the stairs. And here we are going to pick up all of this great alchemy equipment as well as ingredients. So we're just going to take everything that is on this table. The Oops. Got to click up for that one. Try and keep it over here. Come on. Great. So a lot of this stuff is worth quite a bit too. We are going to reach for the crab meat as well. So basically, well, yep, there we go. Down here in these chests and barrels and stuff as well, we could take the lanterns too, because we really do just kind of want to start ourselves off like on the right foot. Look for whatever is best for you to take. If you have the strength to carry everything, try and take everything. If you don't have the strength for everything, oh, this is great. We're getting a lot of good stuff to make potions with. Like this stuff might be a little, well, actually, I think I'm going to put that on. I'm pretty sure we put light armor, yeah, in our major skills. So that should be pretty good for us to start off with too. I think it's starting to get kind of heavy, but all right, cool. So now we've got a bunch of other stuff to sell and start
I
our
suppose I
adventure
have a look.
with.
What is it?
So let's
Oh,
just
go
go
on,
straight
please.
back to Balmora. Head right over there. I'm going to put on this armor just because it's a little, I think it'll be better, yeah, than what we've got on. Great. Eventually we'll get all decked out in all of like the greatest, in my opinion, like the best looking clothes and stuff. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to put a couple basic pieces on and maybe we'll take these books. Since we're a member of the Mages Guild, we do get access to this supply chest now, which is pretty useful.
You're
And what we're
Go ahead,
going to
Outlander.
do is
What do
we're
you
going to
need?
go over to Caius. And hopefully, I know I did join a single faction, but hopefully he will give us some startup capital. So what they tell you to do in the directions to Caius is to go to the South Wall Corner Club. So even though I know where Caius lives and you can just go straight to his house, we'll head on over to the South Wall and see if we can talk to anyone. So from the Silt Strider, you take the bridge over this river, and then the South Wall Corner Club is going to be over in the corner here, in between this tall building. You'll see the sign. It's got like a weird giant head scrib on it. And then we'll just head in here. Let's just talk to the first person we see and ask about him. Caius, that old sugar tooth, I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacola Kloskius, the owner. He'll know. Okay, so the owner, I think... Oh, come on. He's right up here.
Do you want something from me?
Yeah, he looks fancy. So let's ask him about Caius. And he says, Old Caius rents a little bed and basket, that's fun, just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs, and down to the end of the street. So we're going to do that. Like he said, don't go out the top door. We're going to take a right up here, take a left, and then we can see Caius's house right at the bottom of this little street here. So let's just walk right on in and look at him. There he is.
Yes.
There he is. This absolute beefcake. Let's talk to him. So he says, yes, I am Caius. What do you mean report to Caius? So you say your name is Leon Blepp and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Yes, here is the package. All right, good. We didn't lose it. All right, so are we ready to follow his orders? Yes, we are ready. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's talk about the trainers. Talk about orders. All right, good. So here's the 200 gold. So because we're such a low level, he is going to give us a little cash bonus. And he says, like, go get a good weapon or armor or spells or whatever, and that we need a cover identity. So basically, what we're going to do for a little while with that 200 gold is we're going to build up our stash of gold. We are going to do a couple quests, probably for the Mages Guild. I might also join the Fighters Guild because there is like 1 to 2 relatively simple quests that I think someone even with like such a low like combat skill could handle with like short blade 45. I don't think I'm going to be buying any weapons or armor yet. I would like to have like an incredibly cushy amount of gold before I go off to do that. However, what we are going to do is we're going to head over to the pawnbroker. So the pawnbroker, I'm kind of blanking on her name right now, but she's over near the entrance, like near the Silt Strider. If you get off the Silt Strider and head left, it'll be the first little building that you see. But we're going to head right over there, and we're going to drop off some of this heavy stuff. Another thing that you should know about Balmora that I think is like a little bit different from other towns is the stuff inside of these crates is fair game. So if you take a look in here and take the gold, the guard will not get mad at you. So that's pretty helpful. Don't take the bowl that's like sitting out over here. Like if it's like an item that's sitting out, I don't think that it counts. Like that is still like this, for example. Do not steal this because then everyone will get mad at you. But you can take the items from the crates. Now, there's 2 things about the items in the crates. If you choose to take them now, the loot is, I'm pretty sure, level scaled. So if you choose to take the loot while you're at level 1, you're going to get worse loot. You're going to get worse potions in the top, and if you wait a few levels, it will increase the value of the loot that's in there. So unless you're really desperate, and you really haven't, done some of the things that we've done up until this point to give yourself like a good cushion of gold, then I wouldn't take from them. All right, so here is the pawnbroker. I think that she's pretty good. She's got 800 gold. Jalasa. All right, Jalasa. So for this, I am going to take a second to let my fatigue go up, and I guess I will talk about ways of, actually, I'm going to check and see if these books are skill books. They are not. Um, so I'll take a second to talk about making money. So you can steal, you can pick up like every item in the game. However, when you do pick up the stolen items, they are tagged like with the owner of that item. So if I were to steal this redware pot from her and she didn't see it, but then I tried to sell it back to her, she would recognize that that's her pot and then she would get mad or something. There would be a bit of a bounty, she might attack, stuff like that. So, I mean, the value is low, so she probably wouldn't attack. But regardless of that, people can tell when you are trying to sell them back their item. So don't do that. The second thing is if you're kind of more of like the murderous type, I feel like this is a pretty good place to take over. So if you feel like you could take her on and then eventually maybe open up all these chests and stuff, like you would get access to a pretty okay assortment of loot. Like there's a little bit of armor, there's a silver blade that's long, plenty of crates and baskets, um, and then some other stuff that you could just walk across the street and sell to the other trader. However, now that our fatigue is back up, I am going to barter with her, and just like we did with Ariel, I am going to get rid of all of these junk items and see how much that can put me up to. So Spirit of the Daedra is a junk book. The Book of Daedra is a junk book. I guess, well, I want to keep the tax record actually. So we don't need 2 copies of the boiled netch leather cuirass, so we'll get rid of that. The belt we don't need, the pants we don't need. We got a bunch of these shoes that we also don't need. Or the amulet, more shoes, we don't need any of that. Poison resistance, I feel as though I've never used, so I'm also going to sell her back that. Now, this next sale is a matter of taste. So I'm not really going to be able to utilize the Drew Wax for a while because I'm not going to have a high enough alchemy skill to reap the rewards of it. So because the Drew Wax is worth 100 per, I think I'm just going to sell her these two so that I can get like, I don't know, like 50 to 60 gold instead of wasting it on something that like on a potion that I won't be able to even go through with. I'm also going to get rid of the paper right now, and I'll probably eventually buy all the papers back. But yeah, great. So since I have 1087 gold, I am just going to try and get 253 so I can make it all nice and even. And there, again, if they don't accept the first offer, just continue left clicking until they do. Unless you do it like 100 times and they're still not accepting of it. In that case, I would exit out of the barter screen and then try it over again. Just roll it over again. Because you're actively, every time they deny the transaction, their disposition is going to go down. So anyway, we made a little bit more gold. And now we're looking at about 1350. 1340, excuse me. So basically what I am going to do with this is I am going to head over to the Balmora Mages Guild, and because you can sleep there and stuff now, if you do choose to become a member, you could also choose to become a member of the Fighters Guild and use those beds. I am going to start to set up shop. I also I'm going to try not to sleep for a little while because I don't want to deal with that yet. I also am going to talk to Ajira, and I'm going to get my first Mages Guild quest from her. I actually don't think that I can do it without going back to Sedanine, but that's okay because this way I can collect a lot of ingredients on the way, and I can also collect quite a bit of experience, which I think is necessary for me right now. I'm still level 1 Pidgey sitting in the tall grass, so I'm going to have to rectify that. Also, just for a heads up, if you didn't watch the Alchemy series, you should know that Ajira has 800 gold to trade as well. She will buy all of the potions that you make, and she also sells a few ingredients. The potions that you can make with Ajira's ingredients are Restore Fatigue potions and Water Walking potions most easily. What I am going to do is I am going to buy some of this Restore Fatigue ingredients from her, and as well as the water walking ones, because they're all pretty inexpensive. So for those 21 ingredients, it's only going to cost 27 gold, which I think is very fair, and hopefully we'll be able to make a bit more off of that. Anyway, we are going to ask Ajira about duties. So yes, she does have duties for us. She needs local mushrooms. So she needs samples of the luminous Rosola, violet copperness, bungler's bane, and hypophagia. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get, I believe, only violet copperness, because here we have the bungler's bane. We should have the hypha, yep, right here. And we have the luminous Rosola as well. So all we have to do is head back to Satanin. We can just take the Silt Strider. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have plenty of gold to do all of that with. To get her that final mushroom. So I think actually what we're going to do is we're going to complete that quest for her. And I'm just snooping around looking at books. Because the other thing that you can do, like one of the best things that you can do for your character in the beginning of the game is just sometimes just go to like a library or go to someone's library or go to a bookseller and just look for books that increase your skills. Not only does it help if they're part of the major and minor skills in gaining levels, but it can also just help level and like round out a character that might be more um, specialized in one area and not so much in another. Like 5 skill levels can really make the difference. Like if I, for example, now I have short blade 45, the accuracy that I will have with short blade 50 is so much more like it is so much more useful simply to have those 5 extra points. So we're going to take the, oh, it's raining. We're going to take the Silt Strider back to Satanin, and we are going to safely collect a bit of the violet copperness. I'm going to take a couple. I think it's worth the 14 gold as well. So we'll take some of those. We'll see if there is, I mean, because we can create, whoa, we can create poisons with these as well. But I'm not going to, wow, that's a lot of thunder all at once. I'm not going to bore you with too much ingredient collection. In fact, I can sort of do that in between episodes. I can sort of do that in between episodes and then put sped up versions of it in between to show my work, as it were, as if this were math class or something. Well, I guess it's going to cost 28 total, but I also think it is worth the 28 total. Oh yeah, my acrobatics really isn't that high yet. So we are going to drop the mushrooms off at Ajira. I'll show you a little simple potion making, and then I think that will conclude our first foray into Balmora. Oh, and if you don't think that you'll use these potions, like for example, I will not use the Fortify Willpower potions. I will use the Restore Magicka, but I'll just sell the Fortify Willpower to Ajira as well. The Fortify potions that I would end up using the most, especially in the beginning of the game, would be like Fortify Intelligence, so that I can get my potions to go through more. As well as fortify, yikes, fortify speed so I can get around faster, because for me this speed is just It's soul-sucking.
Sarah?
All right, so let's talk to Ajira about duties, and then we'll say mushrooms, and we do have samples of all of the mushrooms. So she gave us some restore health potions. I think that that's great because we only have 2 restore health potions, and if we're ever going to travel on the roads, we're definitely going to need them because we're still really new. We're still pretty green. So by that, we are going to find the Fortify Willpower Potions, all 5 of them, and sell them to Ajira. I think that the other thing that we're going to do while we're here, because that will give us 95 gold back, we're going to get a little bit more of the Restore Fatigue and the Water Walking ingredients, the cheaper ones. And now we're going to get back 69 gold. Nice. All right. So before we end, I will just give a little sample of how difficult alchemy can be for a new player. So currently our alchemy is only at level 15. That's pretty bad. If you saw if you saw the alchemy video where we went over making the fortify intelligence potions, um, it's it takes at least, like, mathematically, if you have an alchemy skill level of 100, then you'll all of your potions will go through. However, if it is even 1 point lower than that, you do not have a 100% chance of that potion going through. So in fact, with such a low intelligence as well and such a low luck, like 40 and 40, I think we would have to increase our alchemy skill to like 600 or 650, or I'm sorry, intelligence attribute from like 600 to 650 or something to complete a potion. And in fact, I think we could actually do that right now because we have enough gold to do this project. So let's travel to Sidrith Mora. And then while in Sidrith Mora, we can also get some more of those Fortify Willpower potions. Oh, and the book. And the book. It's worth 100 as well. Exit, go down the stairs, and then take your first left.
Go ahead.
Go back here in the Imperial Shrine and speak with
How can I
Onius
help you?
Autrus. Barter with him. And we need the ash yams as well as the netch leather. That costs 13. So we're going to have to do this a couple times. It's a little tedious, but it's worth it because you'll see how ineffective these potions happen to be, or rather how ineffective we are at creating those potions. Like, we'll be lucky if 1 or 2 of them goes through after making it like 20 times. So we have 30 yams and we have 26 leather. So let's get more of these. And as evidenced by my decreasing gold and Onius's increasing gold, this isn't it isn't super expensive. It's just tedious. It's just a matter of hitting the same buttons over and over and over again and trying not to let it take over. But now we have 40, so I think 40 is like an okay place to start. So I'll just give you a little demo here. Our fatigue is all the way increased. You'll want your fatigue to be fully restored for this if you have the low alchemy skill. And then we are going to select Ashiam, and we're going to select Netch Leather. So now here, even though before you could only see Fortify Attribute Intelligence on the Ashiam and Fortify Endurance on the Netch Leather, you can see here that we have Fortify Attribute Intelligence in the creative effects. So if you know the recipe for a potion, it doesn't matter if you can see the effect or not. You can still create a potion with that effect. So we are going to make a potion and hope that it works. Okay, fail, fail. All right, so there's our first one. So because we are in such dire straits, we're going to want to do this every time. Every time you have a Fortify Intelligence potion that goes through, drink it, and that'll bring our intelligence up to 53, and then go back to making the fortify intelligence potions. So every time. See, it's really poor. But then we'll just drink that again. So now up to 66. This is starting to look a little better. But we only have 20 something ingredients left. So let's try it again. Oh, we made another one. Let's drink that one. Basically just do this until you have like an intelligence high enough to where you can be confident that the potions will go through. And it does get easier the more you drink and the more you mix, the easier these potions are going to be. But as evidenced by the bottom here, you can still fail. Like even with an intelligence 94, like there's still going to be failure. Even with 109, I believe you will be able to see how kind of demoralizing this can be. But anyway, we're just gonna go up until intelligence, however much these ingredients get us there. And then we're gonna start mixing potions. See, we're still, this is the highest, it's all about the equation. So 141, you'd think, oh yeah, maybe that should do it, right? Likely not. Oh, good. Well, we also did increase our alchemy skill, so that's good too. So let's do one more. Now we're at 158. And yeah, basically, so you can extrapolate like what it is that you're supposed to do in this situation. I think we'll do one more and then mix a few. We only have 3 left anyway, so. And we only got 1 out of those 3. So yeah, the Fortify Intelligence potions are very useful, especially if you're starting off with a very low alchemy skill. Even an intelligence attribute stat of 176 is not going to be enough to ensure us 100% completion of these potions. But in order to buy more ingredients, we're going to have to sell some potions. So let's make a few. Restore fatigue, as many as we can. See, it's still not, the exchange rate is pretty bad. But let's see, what else do we have? We have some scuttle. We have a little bit of salt, right? We got the bread. The bread's a bit heavier, so we'll do that. See, not too good. But at least now we have, excuse me, we have some potions to sell back to him. Let's see. So we got some potions. They all seem to be worth around 45 and 46, and that's with the Fortify Intelligence so that the effects of the potions are greater, and therefore the value is better. So let's just sell him the willpower ones. And then we'll take a couple more ingredients, but we're not going to sit here and do this on camera or whatever. We're just going to exchange for a little bit more, and we're going to get a little bit of our gold back. In fact, I think we're going to get a little bit more of our gold back. I don't think we really truly need these restore health potions, but I'm going to keep them just in case. I'm going to keep the Fortify Intelligence potion that we ended up with, and I'm going to sell these 3 restore fatigues that are worth however much it is that they're worth, and get a little more netch leather. And then I think we're back to square one. If not, we do have slightly more gold than we started with. So yeah, that's essentially what you do to make those potions. The Fortify Intelligence so that you can make better potions in general. And this is the one that you want to go to. You want to go to Onius in Sidrith Mora to do that. So yeah, I hope that that was relatively helpful for y'all. The beginning of the game is very important because there's a lot of different little tricks and different people who you can talk to and different things that you can do that are just going to set you up for a much easier time next time. So I believe in the
Good
next
evening,
episode, what we're going to do is we're going to help out Ajira some more. Ajira has made a bet, and we're going to figure out what that bet is next time. All right, so thank you so much. I really hope that this helped, and I will see you soon.